Mastery P&ID and other schematics. A practical approach for complete beginner self-learning. Examining, interpreting, drafting P&IDs and other schematics. We're going to be looking at Chapter 9, Battery Limits. Chapter 9, Battery Limit. What is battery limit? In process plan design, the border of two areas of responsibility is called battery limit. It outlines the limit of the work for a contractor, and it is where the scope of tasks ends in a plan for a specialist, and the responsibility for the next task goes to another. In building construction, for example, tasks involve the laying of foundation, the erecting of the block from the foundation to the top level, the roofing of the building, wiring, plumbing, painting, and other tasks. The limit of the work can be defined for individuals or for a contractor. The task of laying up the foundation, erecting of the block from the foundation to the top level can be assigned to a specialist contractor. The responsibility of wiring, painting, plumbing, and other can be assigned to other specialist contractors. A contractor's responsibility ends after the completion of an assigned task. Take for example, the tie-in terminator point can be used to differentiate the limit between the contractor and the vendor, non-supplier or the supplier. The tie or terminator point clearly demarcated the limit of the area of responsibility or the limit of the work for individual or contractor. This type in terminator, for example, we have the contractor scope of work, then we have the vendor scope of work here. Then we have non-supplier and the supplier scope of works. This area defines the battery limit and the beginning of another task for this vendor. It defines the contractor boundary limit, the contractor responsibility, the contractor end of task, and the beginning of work for the vendors. For illustration purpose, Figure 9.1.18 to Figure 9.1.1c diagram are examples showing battery limit as designated in each P&ID respectively. So we'll be using this diagram for our brief explanations. In this process design, the beginning and end of responsibility tasks can be shown in the P&ID, and this is what is signified as battery limit. Here we have a battery limit. Here we have another battery limit. Here we are using tie bar terminators here. A battery limit. We have the battery limit. So the scope of work and the another work begin from this point. We have a battery limit here. Then we have a battery limit here as well. Battery limit. So where this work and another task began. Here the task begin, end here, the another task will begin. In a process design, the beginning and end of responsibility or task can be shown in the P&ID, and that is what is signified as a battery limit. Here we have the responsibility. This task end here, the another task for another contractor will begin here. Here we have this tie bar demarcating the end and the beginning of another responsibility. Here too we have a battery limit defining the end and the continuation of responsibility, the end of one responsibility to the beginning of another responsibility. Categorically, you can differentiate between inside battery limit and outside battery limit. These categories are made for safety point of view. ISBL is accidental prone area or accident prone zone, whereas OSBL is not. Lines and equipment located outside the operational zone are said to be in the outside battery limit zone. This refers to the area outside the process plant operational zone. Inside battery limit is the area within the operational zone of the process plant. All the lines and equipment within the area are located inside battery limit. For illustration purpose, this diagram here is showing battery limit in P&ID. Here we have outside battery limit because because our operational line, the process lines are not here. So where the process line located is what we refer to as inside battery limit. Task for the contractor, task for the vendor, battery limit. Responsibility of the contractor end here, responsibility of the vendor begin here. Here we have battery limit within this specified area. Here we have another responsibility within this specified area. I'll leave you here with quick exercises. Thank you. See you again in chapter 10.